They're gonna get relegated. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Natural Red. I've been thinking of making a video about them for a while now. It's Newcastle United. And I thought maybe last week, maybe could have done a video, maybe the week before. I could have done this video for the past 2 years since Steve Bruce has been in charge of that football club. I'm thinking maybe this will die down a little bit, the situation that's happening in that club. All the transfer window and afterwards, everything happened to Steve Bruce and so on. And I think, okay, maybe this will die down. And maybe it'll be a nothing video and it'll turn out to be nothing special, right? It's turning into an absolute shit show, that football club, everywhere, from the top to the bottom. You can't point out and say something like, we've got that, that's good. We should hang our hat on that and say, that's good. That's good. Because from the top to bottom, it's just, like I said, it's a shit show. I don't know what else to say. It's just, everywhere you look, thinking, mistake there. What the hell is he doing there? Mistake there. Bad mistake there. Da-da-da-da-da, and so on. Thinking, holy shit. How this got to this stage? And I'm thinking, last year, I think I put a video, Steve Bruce is going to get sacked. Or Newcastle going to go down. I'm thinking, I'm going to do it again. Newcastle going to get relegated this year. And you know what? Do I care? I do care. I like them. I love them. I love the way that club is associated with. I love the way, not that ownership, but the, how do I say? The foundations of that club. I love the way this run. I love the way the passion of the fans are. I love the way they just go about their football up in the north of England and thinking, yeah, they do deserve better. They're paying lots of money to watch that shit, and what, like, who would pay that money to watch an absolute garbage? Probably I think they're the worst team in the league. I really do. Maybe because Norwich haven't got a point yet. Maybe that's why Newcastle got a draw against Leeds the other day. Thinking, fuck me. It's once again, we've seen for the past 2 years or 3 years, however long Steve Bruce has been there. Well, he came in after Rafa, didn't he? So when did Rafa leave? 17? 18? It was 2018, wasn't he, when he left? He went to China. So it's been at least 2 years now, 2-3 years. And right from the word, right from the get-go, he's been appointed. There's been issues at that club. And because Rafa has united that fan base and united that club for a period of time, after McLaren got sacked and he went down to the championship and he got them up and going and you got the players together, there's unity, the fans were all together, they were singing Rafa's name in the Gallagher stand and so on and so on and so on. I think he's built a decent foundation. He's got the mid-table with a bare championship squad. He got Jose Perez and Rondon working together like Shearer and you don't really like, I'm thinking fucking Bellamy and Shearer, that is. They're working together. The defense is sorted. They're playing together. There's an energy. They defend well. With an intensity. They're scoring good goals. They got two strikers up top doing the business. So I'm thinking, and then the way Rafa got treated by the board, Lee Charnley, and then obviously Mike Ashley. He left. He's probably stayed longer than everyone expected. Went to China. Then they put Steve Bruce, and since then, they've spent money. Why would you give Bruce money and not Rafa money? Why would you do that? Which fucking clown gives Steve Bruce money and Rafa not? I mean, you've got to go. You got to look at whoever runs that club, Charnley or Ashley, and say, you're either incompetent or you're a fucking clown. You're stupid. You know what I mean? It's either this or that. So I'm going to ask you a question and say, yeah, you tell me, are you incompetent or you're a fucking clown? Any answer will do me, right? And then he spent money with Joe Linton. Almiron. Was Almiron under Rafa? Or was he under Brucey? Probably Rafa, was he? Probably last Rafa signing. And then Joel Lewis. Jamal Lewis, sorry, should I say. Callum Wilson. They've signed Hendrick in, so they've bought a bit more new players in. And thinking, okay, they're backing Bruce. Why would you back Bruce instead of Rafa? And because Rafa built those foundations, especially at the back, and we saw this with David Moyes with Everton, and when Bobby Martinez came in a decade ago, whenever it's been. The first season under Martinez at Everton, They weren't playing amazing football, but the defense was excellent as well because Moyes built that, developed that defense and solid. That's the foundation of the defense. But once you get longer and longer without the training, the coaching, the how do I say? It's like a special eye analysis of how to defend properly. You're gonna lose it after time, and this is what we're seeing with this Newcastle team. They can't fucking defend. They can't really score. They can't create chances. It's all a shit show. And because Steve Bruce is a shite manager, he's a old school English manager, but he doesn't play like that, does he? He's got Dwight Gale, and this is the lots of problems that's running this football club. They're gonna get relegated. They are. They just are. And when you're playing Joel Linton and you're relying on a brilliant piece of skill from Saint Maximin, who is gonna leave that club soon. One of the top 10 Premier League club are gonna get him, or he's gonna go abroad to a top 4 team or so on. He's good. He's on that level. Beating 3-4 players like that Leeds goal. Calm, composure, didn't rush. Went past another man. Bottom corner, gone past Melier, thinking, wow, that's what they're relying on. Joel Linton, he can't play Joel Linton on his own. You've got to have Wilson with him, or you're gonna have Dwight Gale. And Dwight Gale signed a new contract in January. I'm thinking, why? What on earth are you doing, lad? He's in his 30s, isn't he? That's Dwight Gale. He's about 32 years old, isn't he? He's early 30s. He's turning 31 next month. Why would you sign a new contract when you know the manager doesn't rate you? And it doesn't matter about Dwight Gale's actual skill level and if he is a championship player worthy of the Premier League. He's in that borderline. He's in the middle, right? I think he's probably a little bit too good enough for the championship, but he's not good enough to be in the Premier League. But you got a strike on the pitch, and you got Callum Wilson on. You're gonna just play Joel Linton. You can't score a goal to save his life. He can't hold the ball. He's a big boy. He needs someone with him. If he's going to play Wilson, you've got to have someone. And you can't play Saint Maximin with him all the time. Because Maximin is a striker, isn't he? He likes to play a bit more deeper, a bit more like Grealish, and just run past a few players, do a skill move, get fouled, move the team further up the pitch. And Dwight Gale must be questioning like every decision Bruce does. Thinking, the one against Man United, I thought, the first half they did well, Newcastle. I thought they were on the break good, and they were creating enough chances. Saint Maximin obviously slaughtering Man United's midfield. If they had another striker there, and they had that, and they brought on Jamal Lewis for the last change, you're thinking, what are you doing, Bruce? And we saw with the system manager, Graham Jones. Is Graham Jones Newcastle's manager, or is it Steve Bruce? Because didn't it the other week, Steve Bruce instructed one of his players to do something with the team, and then Graham Jones told him to sit the fuck down? I'm sure that happened. I'm sure I saw that somewhere, thinking, if that's true, they're in a whirlwind. They're in a hurricane of problems circling around, and it's gonna get worse. And then the other week during the international break, Steve Bruce told the players, we've got to work harder during the international break, and then Steve Bruce goes on holiday. Is he taking the fucking piss, right? Is he actually taking the piss? He's telling you, imagine if your boss, right, in your workplace, leave it to you in the comments, right? You the viewers, sorry, I should say. Imagine if your boss went on holiday. No, if your boss told you to work harder during this space of time, but your boss went on a holiday. Hey, would you lose your respect for him? Well, no fucking shit, yeah? And then you got Hayden questioning him, rightfully so. Hayden's probably one of the players that standing up for them. Jamal Lascelles. Is that his name? Jamal Lascelles? Yeah, Lascelles. And then he's questioning another problem. Steve Bruce in press conferences. When you've got a manager, whoever you support at home, watching me, why would you watch me? But that's liking videos, subscribe, and follow social media platforms. If you haven't already, so thank you so much. If your manager, every time, so the press conference is a manager's way of, okay, the journalists are asking me a question, and I'm gonna respond to how we're going as a football club, how we're developing, what are we doing on the training field. It's your message to the fans saying, this is what we're doing, this is why you should believe in our project, this is what we're striving for. You want answers, you want something to believe in. And every time I've watched Steve Bruce in a press conference, which is snippets, I'm not going to lie, it's snippets, right? I'm not going to say I watch every manager's press conference, because, yeah, it's not my job, is it? My job is to talk shit on YouTube. But every time I've seen Bruce, you're thinking, you're just giving me blatant, bland answers. You're giving me nothing. This is just a waste of time. What are you doing? You're answering, but you're not answering the question. You're going against football fans, and he called them keyboard warriors. The Newcastle fans are thinking, is this how you treat your fans? In business terms, your customers? Are you treating them like keyboard warriors who are against you, who are apparently negative? Well, if the whole surrounding of the football club is negative, do you want everyone? Do you want the Chronicle, for example, articles about Newcastle especially? Do you want Craig Hope on Twitter? Good journalist, by the way. Follow him on Twitter, by the way. Very good journalist. He's more on the Newcastle side of journalism. Do you want them to be positive when everything is just horseshit? I don't get what Steve Bruce is trying to say, and he's one of those managers. He's gonna get sacked soon. I can tell. There's so many problems, and you know what? I'm not a Newcastle fan, so I've missed something else. This is just the way he talks in the press conferences. The training is apparently absolute garbage. When you're going, when most of this, especially when Mike Ashley runs this club, you're not getting a replenish of new players coming in, and the sale of players coming in. These players have got to see Rafa Benitez, technical analytics, hardworking, respectful, hardworking training methods, and detailed as word. That's what I'm trying to say. Detailed. Yes, Natured. Daniel. Natured. Why did I say my name twice? The detail of Rafa Benitez training, and we were seeing it with Everton so far. And even though Everton lost their last 2 games, you can see some of the players are still improving. The defense is improving. But once Everton get a couple new players, and especially a couple new defenders in the door, maybe right back and a centre half, you're going to see that. You're going to see that organisation. You're going to see a level of detail of training. They're going to improve. And when you go from Rafa Benitez, who's won almost everything in domestic football, La Liga, Champions League, the only thing, FA Cups, League Cups, and so on, and Europa Leagues, apart from the Premier League, I think it has one. And then you go to Steve Bruce, who's almost the opposite, a bit more laissez-faire. It's night and day. It's night and day. And if you're a Newcastle fan watching this video, leave me your thoughts in the comments. And it's probably, I think it's not like if you want Steve Bruce in, you want Steve Bruce. I think the majority of fans want him out. And why wouldn't you? Because you're going to go down if he's saying. And if you're going with Mike Ashley, we've seen it. I follow Collingwood. I'm a Collingwood member. If you know Aussie rules, Australian football, and we saw it with this year especially. But a little bit this scenarios. We had Collingwood. We had a board members. We in the board, the director of footballs and so on. It was a shambles, and because that was the talking point of the whole footballing club, the organisation, everywhere run through the whole club of absolute shit shows and disorganisation and different egos thinking we're good enough and you're good enough, where everyone is pretty much shit and so on. It's just it's an annoying thing as a fan to have. What are we doing? What's the point? Let's just sack everyone and so on. Let's get a new coach in. Let's get new players in. Let's get the youngsters in. And that's what Newcastle are hoping to do. And they've been looking at Eddie Howe. And this came to me just today. Steven Gerrard. I think it'd be perfect for Newcastle. I think it'll be perfect because Gerrard when you look at Rangers, the way they played and the way they won the league, they were invincibles basically. They won the league invincibles. But it was lots of 1-0s, 2-0s, 2-1s. It was defensively organised. It looked like Gerrard got lots of his skill sets from Rafa Benitez. And obviously, he's going to be, because Gerrard played his peak years under Rafa. He started with Houllier. Rafa was in his peak years for 6 years. I think of Brendan Rodgers. So Houllier, attacking, skillful, a bit more robust. Rafa Benitez has been robust, a bit more defensively, tactical. And then you got Rodgers, who are playing a bit more football, a bit more expansive football. So Gerrard's got 3 different types of managerials experience that he's played under. So I think it'd be perfect for Newcastle. If Ashley's ever sells the club, he's using a sports direct for peak's sakes. It's a shambles. Ashley, I don't get it. I don't get it. He's incompetent, but he's a billionaire at the end of the day. So is he competent? He's a rude man. I know that for sure. He's not a nice man for sure. But which billionaire is a nice man these days? Anyways, especially Newcastle fans, get in the comments. I'll be chatting with you guys. Other fans, let me know your thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and we'll see you guys later.